Everybody, Tim Franklin, and we're going to be doing some Tai Chi and Qigong. So we're going to start with the Wu Ji stance. The Wu Ji stance is the foundation stance of both Qigong and the Tai Chi. And tonight we're going to be doing both the Qigong and the Tai Chi. You can look at your Tai Chi as Qigong, really. It's working with the mind, body, and energy. So in many respects, it is Qigong. Because we're not doing the martial side of the Tai Chi, then it's much more like Qigong than it is Tai Chi. If we're going to do the martial side of it, then it's Tai Chi, Tai Chi Chuan. We're going to do some work where you can do it on your own or you can do it as partner work as well. So when we get to a cloud hands part, you'll be able to join in with Lucy, therefore. And otherwise, you can do this on your own with yourself or with an imaginary person when we come to that part as well. But the first part is preparing yourself for the practice, and to prepare yourself for the practice, you come into this uprighting position. An uprighting position is where the feet are parallel and about a fist width apart, and then make sure your knees aren't jammed back. So if you can jam your knees back, then they weren't jammed back, so that's good. Sometimes we say loosen the knees, but people end up collapsing the knees. So just don't have the knees jammed back is better. And then adjust your weight, so the weight's over the whole of the feet. And you can find that center position with the feet gently by rocking backwards onto the heels and then coming onto the toes. And then just feeling what it's like as you go onto the heels and onto the toes, the muscles working to try and stop you from falling over. So when we're working with the Qigong and the Tai Chi Chuan, we want to work with what's called an absence of unnecessary tension. When we practice standing uprighting and relaxing, we want to find that happy halfway place between collapsing the body. So the body just ends up going like a wet noodle. And we don't want to do wet noodle Qigong, wet noodle Tai Chi. So rather than like a wet noodle collapse, and you don't want to come up into this erect soldier position where everything's tense and the muscles are tensing. So we want to have, when we're upright and relaxing, the absence of unnecessary tension. And the easy way of finding that is if you place your hands together like this, with your palms together. Okay, so hold your palms together. And now relax your palms another 10%. Okay, and now relax them a little bit more, but with still keeping your palms gently touching, and then you can release them. So were you able to, between holding them where you first held them, did you find a place where you could then relax another 10%? Yeah, because our normal default position is when you make contact with something, we make effort. And effort sometimes means there's a slight crossover into unnecessary tension. And so it's unnecessary efforting. We're looking for an unnecessary tension. If you put your hands together and then just let them go like a wet noodle. So let them go like a wet noodle. No, kind of almost, yeah, that's brilliant. Nice wet noodling hands there. And if you wet noodle them, everything goes floppy and all the energy leaves you. And so when the energy's kind of like leaving, it's like a bit lackluster and there's no structure. And in the Qigong and the Tai Chi, we want this place between the structure and the energy. The structure's enough to hold you up without tensing or efforting. And the energy will flow freely through the body in a way that's going to energize your systems. But when everything's collapsed and wet noodled, energy can't flow very well. It's like when you collapse onto a sofa. When you make yourself too tight, so now press your palms tightly into the sides of your body. So press the palms and your arms tightly into the sides of the body. And just after a few seconds, arms, generally speaking, tend to start aching, shoulders start to ache, breath starts to shorten a little bit, and it requires quite a lot of concentration and effort in order to hold your arms like this. And on your out breath, just release your arms. And feel what it feels like just to release your arms as you breathe out. And that's the sort of position you want when you're in a Wu Ji, is the hands are gently relaxed at the sides of the body, but not pressed. So you don't get tension down your biceps and triceps and into the deltoids. This area wants to be nicely relaxed, and your shoulder blades want to be open and relaxed. So they're like more floating on your back. If the shoulders or the shoulder blades are pinched together a little bit too much because we're trying to open the chest too much, just feel what that feels like. So pinch your shoulder blades a little bit together as if you're trying to make quite an upright, erect position. But then you feel the effort in between your shoulder blades. The rhomboids start tightening, and it actually closes down an area on your back around here, which is the spiritual center. The spiritual center on the back, when it's open, allows spirit to be free. And the same on the front, around the heart center, around the sternum. When the chest is open, the heart and lung meridians are open, and the spirit is free. It doesn't mean it's left you, but it means that our spirit's more free, so energy and spirit can flow. So that's why we have the arms gently relaxed at the sides of the body, and the fingers then are gently pointing downwards. And you can see they're slightly splayed, but not splayed where your tendons become tight. So just feel what that feels like, because later on it's going to make a lot of help and sense for you. So if you splay your fingers so your tendons become tight, you can bring energy to your hands by holding that position like this, and your fingers can get energized, but it stops energy flowing everywhere else at that time. It basically locks it into that area. And if you release and just shake off, good, and then breathe out, you might feel that your hands or fingertips tingle. So energy comes to that area. If you clench your fists, so now you're making unnecessary tension and effort, so you like white knuckling your fists, and then white knuckle your, that's it, like Incredible Hulk, like this. And this is a lot of tension effort, and can only hold it for a very short space of time before it ends up draining the energy, because all the energy's got to go into the muscles. And in Kung Fu and Tai Chi and Qigong, we talk about that as like dead energy. It's not really dead, but they call it dead energy because it starts to stagnate within the muscles because of the tension. So that's why the absence of unnecessary tension in here, the absence of unnecessary effort, allows you to be relaxed in body and energy can flow. So then you're uprighting with the hands gently relaxed at the sides of the body, and the fingers just relaxing, but gently pointing downwards as well. And that will energize you. So you've got a little bit of space between your arms and the sides of the body, but without trying to carry two big carrier bags. So if they're too far out and it's like this, then you end up making lots of effort in the shoulders. So arms gently relaxed at the side, and then you've got this space between your hips and your ribs. And that happens from a natural uplifting. If you imagine at the moment that there's this gentle uplifting through your spine, through each of the vertebrae, through the ribs as well, so the ribs can gently expand as you breathe in and you breathe out, but in a way that it's not forced with effort, but just by you inviting in space between the vertebrae and the ribs, space between your hips and the lower ribs. And then do the same between the sternum and the neck. So you feel that uplifting. You're not trying to pull the head upwards, because then that can make too much efforting around the shoulders and the neck, but more of an uplifting that happens through the body. And you might, if you close your eyes, you might feel that all the way through from the feet, coming up all the way through the center of the body, coming up to the top of the head, the crown of the head. So you get this uplifting all the way through, but at the same time, there's this downward force that's going down. You don't have to press yourself into the ground, but just by the very nature of uplifting, there's a downward force of energy as well. So there's a grounding. So in the Tai Chi, in the Qigong, when we're in Wu Ji, There's energy flowing in, there's energy flowing out, and there's energy flowing around all the systems of the body. So there's this beautiful exchange of energy with nature and your nature as well. Have the mouth gently open, eyes gently closed, and now bring your awareness to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, and then allow the breath just to come out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, and then gently breathing out through the mouth. But doing this in a way that you're not trying to force the breath to be long or deep. It's just as it is for you. So however your breath is for you, short, long, or deep, just notice what that's like. Allowing that breath to be as spontaneous and natural as one can when they start to observe their breath. Noticing that exchange of breath and energy between the nose and the mouth, and then becoming aware of the sternum area. As you breathe in, just become aware of the sternum area, and any movement that happens naturally as you breathe in, as the rib cage expands, and noticing the sternum and the upper rib cage. And as you breathe out, just let the breath leave you. Just let the breath escape as it does. Don't have to do anything with that. It's going to happen anyway. And then gently become aware of the breath coming in the abdominal area, but specifically an area in the abdominal area called the dantian. It's the energy center roughly 2-3 inches below your navel and 2-3 inches in. It's an energy center, an area. So it's not a specific point, but just be very gentle with this area, not trying to force energy or breath to this area. But now as you breathe in, just be gently mindful of this area, this energy center. And this is entering a Qigong state of mind from a Wuji stance. Entering a Qigong state of mind, the same stance that we practice in our Tai Chi. Standing meditation, relaxing physically, emotionally, and mentally. And so any thoughts that come, any thoughts that generate themselves, you won't have to do anything with. If you notice any thoughts, just notice that there are thoughts happening, but without doing anything with those thoughts. Just bring your awareness gently back to that dantian area, calmly and gently centering, and come into a place of stillnessing. Enjoying that gentle stillnessing, and then smile from the heart. Smile from the heart. It might be the figurative heart, spiritual heart, or the heart. But just gently smile from the heart, whatever it is for you, without trying to bring too much meaning to it or questions. Just smiling from the heart. Very good. And then just gently think of the dantian area again. Bring your palms together, rub your palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Good. And just shake off the arms, shake the legs, and then just have a little wander, just to help spread the energy around the body. So if you've not done the Qigong with me before, or if you're watching this video and practicing Qigong at home for the first time, this is Shaolin Cosmos Qigong. And in Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, the first step is Wuji and entering a Qigong state of mind. So Wuji, and then entering a Qigong state of mind. and then smiling from the heart. And then the end part of it is coming to stillnessing. So we've done entering a Qigong state of mind from Wuji and smiling from the heart and stillnessing at the end. And then there's a middle part, which is the exercise, the Qigong exercise or exercises, the form. And then there's a Qi flow part where energy flows. Now, we haven't really got time to go deeply into the energy flow part today, because that's something that we do over a period of time progressively to teach people the skills of energy flow. But I'll just talk about it briefly for you. So if it happens while you're practicing, it won't alarm you or freak you out, especially if you're watching this video and I'm not there to see what's happening. Because when energy starts to flow in the body in the Qigong, the body can start to move and sway on its own. And that movement can be very gentle when we start letting go, or it can be very vigorous. And if it's very vigorous, you might end up starting to move around, and it might feel like you're in quite a big wind and your body's starting to move around in the wind. Now, whether or not it's a gentle Qi flow or a vigorous Qi flow, if it's too much for you, or you think, actually, I'm uncomfortable with this happening right now without either Paul there to see you through it or myself there to see you through it, then the best thing to do is not tense the body, not tense the muscles, keep the muscles with the absence of unnecessary tension like what we've been doing, and gently think of your Dantian area, and then think of coming to gentle stillnessing. Yeah. So if we want to practice that for a second, and then you know that when you're doing your home practice, that's something that you can safely do as well. So one way to activate your energy flow, first of all, is by purposeful movement. So you're purposely going to come up onto your toes and start tipping forwards like this. Yeah. And as you start to tip forwards or come onto your heels and tip backwards, just notice that you don't need to tense any of your muscles to bring yourself to a gentle stop. By coming up onto the heels and gently coming backwards, you can slowly and gracefully come back into that standing position. The same if you tip forwards, you can slowly and gently come into that stillnessing position without tensing any of your muscles. Now see what it's like if you let yourself just tip off to one side, and then do the same by just gently coming back into that stillnessing position. So mind leads energy. If you're given a gentle thought of slowing down and coming to stillnessing, what will happen is you'll gently slow down and come to stillnessing. If your mind is like, and it gets startled, it's like, I don't know what to do. I'll lock and I'll tense, all the energy gets locked up in those places, and that can be uncomfortable and not very helpful for the body and the energy as well. So just practice a few times now. Close your eyes so you don't have the room to be able to look at, and just let yourself go, tipping forwards, backwards or sideways, and then gently slow that down again. So allow yourself to tip gently forwards, backwards or sideways, or all directions if you like at once. And then after you've tipped backwards or forwards, very good, then do it in a way that the muscles are nice and relaxed as well. So any time that you tip backwards and need to come to a stop, good, you're going to do it in a very Tai Chi soft way. And you can think of your feet and you can think of your Dantian. Yeah? Very good. So now imagine that you were a gentle willow tree blowing in the breeze. So this is gentle breeze swaying willow. It's actually a Qigong term for allowing energy to flow like a gentle breeze swaying willow. Gentle breeze swaying willow. Good. And now imagine the fingers are like the ends of the branches of a willow tree where the leaves are, and they're just twinkling in the breeze. So the fingers are just twinkling in the breeze. Yeah. And the hands are just gently twinkling in the breeze. There's a little breeze, so just at the moment the ends of the branches are just twinkling like this. So they're just good, nice and shaking. And they're just twinkling and allowing that to come up into the wrists and the forearms a little bit, because the breeze is just picking up a little bit now. So we're still in those branches, those thin branches of the willow tree, into the arms. And the body and the trunk of the tree is thicker, and that doesn't tend to move so much at the moment. But at the moment it's into the wrists and the hands, just shaking. And then you can just let it start to move around freely in the breeze. That's it. So it's all nice and jellified, but it's not a wet noodle. So there's still some structure there, but it's just loosely blown in the breeze. Very good. And now you can let the body, the main trunk, start to flow around a little bit in the breeze. Very good. Good. And the fingers still just shaking as well, blown in the breeze. Have the mouth gently open, your eyes gently closed. And now you can just let go. Just let go. The breeze is no longer blowing the arms and the hands, but you can just let go and let your energy flow through the body as a continuation of that gentle breeze swaying willow. But now you're not purposely doing it. You're just allowing energy to flow through your body. And you just enjoy that gentle flow of energy. This is a very nourishing way of practicing Qigong when you're doing it gently, like a gentle breeze swaying willow. It helps very gently clear stuff out in the body, circulates the energy everywhere, relaxes the mind and the emotions and the heart. So everything is just nicely flowing along without us having to interrupt that flow in any way. And generally we interrupt the flow by tensing the body or tensing the mind or emotions. And with the absence of unnecessary tension, you can just enjoy that gentle flow. And then coming back into stillnessing. So gently think of that dantian area, roughly 2-3 inches below your navel, 2-3 inches in. And just gently, very gently, coming back into stillnessing. Very good. And in that stillnessing, you're in that wuji stance. Remember the feet about a fist width apart and parallel. The weight over the whole of the feet. Muscles relaxed. The knees not jammed back. The arms gently relaxed at the sides of the body. The hands at the sides of the legs. With the fingers pointing downwards. And you're all set up now just to enjoy stillnessing. And stillnessing is not purposely moving or holding yourself rigid. It's allowing those small fluctuations that happen in the body. Muscles twitch, nerves fire, blood flows, energy flows, thoughts flow, emotions can flow. And that's just all energy and information flowing around the networks and systems of your body. And just enjoying that stillnessing, that flowing stillnessing. Good. And then gently think of the dantian area again. Rub your palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Very good. And then you can just shake, 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 shake. And then have a little wander around. How was that for you? Okay, everybody all right? Doing good? It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice, pleasant way of doing the Qigong without having to really think about anything. There's, apart from standing upright and relaxing, there's no form to that. There's no fixed form to that. It's more like the mind energy part of the Qigong. And the same with the Tai Chi Chuan is that the way that it was taught to us in Tai Chi the first thing of Tai Chi is first enter the way. First enter a Qigong state of mind. And it's the first three essentials of the Tai Chi practice is to not think of anything on purpose, so no thoughts, to relax your muscles and loosen your waist. Yeah, so loosen your waist. And loosening the waist is there's an absence of unnecessary tension. So if you are not purposely thinking about anything, not tensing your muscles because your muscles are relaxed and your waist was loose when you were doing your Tai Chi, you'd also be aware of everything else in your body that moves correspondingly with your loose waist. You notice that the spine moves and rotates, the muscles in the hips and the legs move, and there's this lovely sort of spiraling, twisting going on, like wringing out of a towel that goes on when we just gently loosen the waist and sway from one side to the other. And then if you allow the arms to move freely as well, and again, we're not wet noodling, we're just doing this with the absence of unnecessary tension. So your arms can swing, but there's an element of mindfulness movement, there's an element of focus, you're aware of the arms moving. And because energy follows thought, where the mind goes, energy flows. So if you just become aware of your arms and your hands as you do this, you might notice energy flow into your hands, and this will be a good sign. Don't worry if it doesn't feel that way for you, especially if you've not done Qigong or the Tai Chi like this before. But if you have and you're used to energy flow and you feel a lot more forceful when you come to a gentle stillness again. Very good. And then come back into that stillnessing and just notice what it's like for your body and particularly your arms and your hands. Just notice that if your palms are gently facing inwards. Sometimes it can feel like the arms want to raise up when you do exercises like this, and it's not you trying to raise your arms, but like magnets pushing against each other, the energy from the body starts to expand naturally from the dantian, from the body, and it sort of pushes the arms out. You might notice like there's a buffer between your hands and your legs. And it's not that we're looking for this, it's just that sometimes you're noticing this. If it's for the first time, people are like, what's this? What's happening? So you don't need to be alarmed by that, it's normal. Okay, so now we're going to do the middle part of the Qigong, but it's also a Tai Chi exercise. So it's a Qigong and Tai Chi exercise called Gathering the Cosmos. So the feet are parallel. I'm going to step back a bit so you can see my hands as well, okay? So the feet are parallel in that Wuji stance. Remember the weights over the whole of the feet. And then your palms face forward, here like this. They come to the sides of the body. And as they come up, you look up a little bit. They come over in an arch, down in front of the body. The body comes now upright, and the arms come down in front of the body, down that center line. Very good. And if the palms are like just gently pressing a balloon down, imagine that from here at the moment, you're just gently pressing a balloon down. It wouldn't require any effort at all. So if you had like a great big balloon here, coming up over the top, and then just gently pressing that down. Breathe out on the way down, and then breathe in on the way up. This is gathering the cosmos. Breathe in. Good, and then breathe out. Good. Breathe in on the way up, and then breathe out. On the way down, very good. Breathe in. Good, breathe out. Just gently pressing down that balloon. No efforting, no muscular tension, but you just might feel that slight resistance against the air. Good. And the arms just float up. It's like gravity free. They just float up as your arms would float up through water. And then the arms come down. When we do an exercise called lifting water, I'm not going to do that one tonight, but another time I'll show you that one. The lifting water literally feels like you're in water as the arms float up and then float down through the resistance of the water. Here, breathing out, good. Breathe in, on the way up. I'm going to do this 3 more times. 3 more times. And then after the 3rd time, just remain flowingly still. If some energy flows for you and there's some movement, you don't have to stop it. Don't tense, just let it happen. But the idea of this one is to be just flowingly still in that wuji stance with the absence of unnecessary tension. And the energy will be flown around the inside of the body, through the blood, the information, through the sinews, through the bones, through the nervous system, through all the meridians. Energy just gently flowing through the body and just being in that wuji stance with your eyes gently closed and the mouth gently open. Just enjoying that flowing stillnessing again. And maybe, if it's available to you, feeling charged with energy. The idea of practicing this exercise is to generate and increase the amount of energy that's available to you and nourish your systems, calming the mind, nourishing the spirit. But increasing that energy flow. So just enjoying gentle wuji. We call this, enjoying this part of the wuji, a flowing stillness or flowing stillnessing, as it's a process, which means you may notice swaying or energy flowing, and that's just nice, lovely. You don't have to stop that happening. Just a way of you really taking the foot off needing to do anything, needing to efforting. Good. And then gently thinking to Dantian again. Rub your palms together. Rub the eyes, massage around the face and the head again. And we do this because it spreads the energy across the face and the head. All those acupressure points, acupuncture points in the face, helps bring all that energy to the face. Keeps you looking young. And at 85 years old, you see, I think I'm doing quite well. Good, right, so how are you all doing? Okay, good? Good, right, so let's do some, checking my batteries on the mic there. We're going to do some cloud hands. Okay, and there's loads of different ways of doing cloud hands. But I'm going to introduce you to the way that I do cloud hands. So that it's a mind-body energy movement rather than just moving your arms, yeah, or your hands. But we're going to start, first of all, with imagining that there's a great big ball, a sphere in front of you, okay? Just imagine for a moment that there's a great big sphere in front of you. And if you just draw your finger around that sphere like that, so you can just feel the sort of the size of it. So you're drawing your finger around that sphere like this. Very good. And you might even feel like the edges of that sphere with your finger. You were just like running your finger around the rim of that sphere. Yeah, you would feel that. Very good. And now with the other hand, go the other way. So now run your finger around the sphere, going all the way around. Very good. All the way around. Very good. So you've got a gauge of how big that sphere is that you've created in front of you, yeah? You've all got the idea of how big that sphere is for you and your reach around it. Okay, so now we're just going to use the right hand, okay? The right hand, first of all, is going to turn and come across the body like this, come across the body. And now turning the hand, you're just going to rub around that outside of that sphere. Yeah? You're going to be able to come around all the top with the palm, down the side. Very good. And now down to the bottom. But as it comes to the bottom, you're going to have to turn the hand over now to get around the bottom edge of that rim, around the other side of that rim. And just rubbing around it with the palms. Nice and slowly like this first of all. And also, while you're doing this, with the absence of unnecessary tension, especially around your shoulders, yeah, and elbows. So not wet noodling, none of you are wet noodling, so you're all fine. Having a slight bend in your elbow and your arm as you come round that top edge, yeah, good, so that you've got this nice sort of bend and arch through the arms and no lock joints. So at no point is your arm going to be straight, because even as I turn here, you see as I turn here, my hand turns and there's a bend in my arm as I come round. So now I can reach around here like this. Good. So I'm making this circle. So I've got one circle with my hands going round, but there's also another circle, an arch that's happening in my arm as I move around here like this. Very good. Good. And let this arm come down. Lovely. And now we're going to go the other way with the other hand. So first the hand's got to turn to go underneath the rim and go around the opposite side. Now it can come over the top, and now it can stroke down the outside. Very good. As it comes down from the top here, the palm can just stroke down the outside. But of course, when it gets to the bottom, it's got to turn over, so now it can rub around the outside here. Very good. And while you're doing this, just gently focus on your palm. Just gently focus on your palm. Allow your breath to be spontaneous. So if you want to breathe in on the way up and breathe out on the way down, you can. If you want to do it the other way around, you can. So just allowing your breath to follow your movement. Good. And just gently focusing on your palm. Very good. So you're coming across. Okay. Emma. If you come from the outside to the inside of your body, so outside here, that's it, inside, that's it. Good. Outside to inside. I think you were going inside to outside, I think. So inside to outside, that's right. It's more like a Mickey Mouse wave, like howdy-ho. Less like the Queen's wave. So now, right arm. Okay, go back to your right arm a few times. I was going to do a Queen impression for you, but then I thought, no, she might not like that. Good, and now your left arm. Good, and now your right arm. Just coming halfway, and then your left arm coming halfway. Good, your right arm coming halfway. Your left arm coming halfway. Your right arm coming halfway. Your left arm coming halfway. Now both of them just continuing on that circle. Beautiful, look at that. So good. And however it is for you right now, as long as your mind is relaxed, your body's relaxed, you're not wet noodling, there's a focus on your palms. Yeah, there's a focus on your palms. Then you're doing great. Good. So this is really nice, and you can speed that up if it's okay for you. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. You just speed that up. Good. And you can see what it feels like if you increase the speed and energy flow. Good. And then you can slow it right down. Slow it right down. Like a snail's pace. In Tai Chi and the Shaolin arts, we call this like tortoise speed. And tortoise speed will be like so slow. It's almost like your arms and hands are just floating through gravity and space themselves. Like without you having to efforting or do anything now, it's like the energy takes over the movement and your arms just float around. Good. And now you can introduce your loose waist and turn your waist a little bit as you come to one side to the other, like this. One side to the other. And if your hands or arms aren't coordinating like they were before, it doesn't matter. Better just to let it continue to flow than it is to think about how and what am I doing. Because energy will flow as long as you are relaxed in mind, body, and energy. Energy follows thought. Where the mind goes, the energy flows. So if we tense the mind, energy is going to go there. If we relax the mind, have it gently focused on our palms, energy will go there. Good. Good. And you can just allow that to flow. You can sink your knees a little bit if you like, so you can sink into the ground as you flow now like this. And you feel that through the spine. Feel the body just move and flow. Good. And then let that hands just do whatever they're going to do. Yeah. So if they start to do something a little different, just let them do that. It's all Tai Chi. Very good. Good. And now gather the cosmos. Just 3 times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And now eyes closed, mouth gently open. Just let go. Let your energy flow now. And if your body starts to move around a little bit with the energy flow, you can enjoy that. And if it's in flowing stillness thing for you, you can enjoy that. So whatever it's like without you purposely doing anything or stopping anything from happening. So letting go is just the absence of trying to do anything. So you don't actually have to let go of anything in particular. It just means that you're not stopping anything from flowing or trying to make something happen. So it's letting go of the need to steer or have any kind of experience, which is a very Taoist way of just going with the flow, going with the flow and enjoying it as well. You're enjoying that flow and the process of letting go, you get so much more benefit. Just gently going with that flow. When it feels like that's going to come to a natural stop, not an absolute stop, but a natural stopping where it slows down to stillnessing again, just allow that to happen. Just allow that gentle stillnessing to happen. So you come back into that Wuji stance. Back into that Wuji stance and enjoying stillnessing. Mouth gently open, eyes gently closed. Nothing to do here in Wuji. Nothing to think about. All the muscles are relaxed. You're relaxing. And applying those principles of Tai Chi of no purposeful thought, no thinking. Doesn't mean that thoughts won't think themselves. They're going to do that all the time. You don't have to do anything with them. Just enjoying the stillnessing. And sometimes when we're in the Wuji stance, enjoying the stillness, in our awareness starts to spread and flow through the whole of the body. So if you do become aware of different parts of the whole of the body, just enjoy that awareness. But not investigating any particular part of the body or bringing any meaning to any particular part of the body. It's a very Wu way, very Taoist. Go with the flow again. Just allowing ourselves to be in that stillnessing without getting involved. Then gently think of the Dantian. And rub your palms together. Tap the eyes, massage around the rims of the face and the head. Very good. Shake off, move around. How was your cloud hands? Nice? It's very nice, isn't it? So the next part, Lucy and Paul, you can do this together as a partner, but I'll just show you first of all, so you can not beat him up, but but use the cloud hands. So you can do this singularly, or you can do it as a partner drill, and you just separate the feet a little bit now, so that you're in a wider stance, like this. Feet are facing forwards, but you're in a more planted stance. And the knees are relaxed down like this. So from the side, they're not coming forwards. You're just relaxing your bottom like this. Very good. So from here, your arms are going to move around like this. Yeah, in cloud hands. So Paul and Lucy, if you start with one arm on, so Lucy, if you have your arms on the outside first of all, and Paul, your hands on the inside. Good. And then come up underneath the hands like this, so there's making a contact with the arms. So Lucy, you're going to be arms like this. Good. And now you're going to start circling around like this. If you've seen that Chi Sail video with me and Sifu, you know what it is. But you've got to make a contact with the arm and follow the arm. That's it. So you can follow the arm. That's it. So you've got to find your way. For the people that are just doing it on their own, this is going to be even easier. So just follow the arm. But in the Tai Chi and in the Shaolin, we have this nice flowing drill, which is a way to sensitivity and flow, spacing and timing, all these marvelous skills that come with it. And you get this lovely flow and bridging. So if you just do it with one arm, first of all, Paul and Lucy, so like this, look, like this, good. But if Lucy's doing it with her left arm, then you've got to go your right arm. And if she does it with her right arm, you've got to go your left arm, yeah? But you'll notice that as you come over the top, the other person has to take over. If you're just doing it on yourself, you get this opportunity to explore the range of movement. So if you were just moving the hands and not much of the shoulders, you feel it feels very different. The energy is very much in the palms. Yeah. So if you see, I'm not really moving much of my body or my shoulders here, but just the palms. Yeah, just the palms. The energy comes to the palms. If I move more of my upper arms and my shoulders, the energy will start to flow through the arms and the shoulders. If I move my body as well, the energy flows through my arms, shoulders, and the whole of the body. Yeah, it flows through everywhere. And then you can reverse that and just come more to the arms. Yeah, and then more just to the palms. So the arms are still moving, but no real shoulder movement there. The shoulders aren't locked, but they're not moving around much, yeah? They're just moving here. So then if you just change where your focus is, focus on your palms. I'm just watching Paul and Lucy as well, trying to do this one. We might need some practice on that one. So come back to this exercise if you like, guys, And then we can do the partner drill one with you another time, see how it is, because you've got to get into that flow. You'll find that if one leads and the other one follows, then it's easy. If you both try and lead, it's impossible. So one leads, one follows, and then the other one leads and the other one follows. There you go. Now you start to have this synergy between it. It's tricky in Tai Chi to get that synergy, flow, connection, all happening without forcing, but flowing. There you go. Now you're starting to get it. That's really good. So you notice that when you do this, that where your mind goes and where your body flows, energy flows. So if it is just the palms, yeah. So just imagine now it's just the palms around like a small circle like this. Yeah, just a small circle. Like you're holding a ball and you're just rolling that ball around like this. Good. But not much in the body. Just the hands. If your body's moving with this as well, energy's going to spread everywhere in the body and you can miss the energy in your palms. Good. Now arms. So the arms can flow as well. Now energy's going to flow more to the arms. And this can be more like a sideward sweep, you know, like you're just brushing something off the shelf. Like you're brushing something off the shelf both ways. Like, don't want that anymore. Don't want that either. I'll just brush that away. Good. And then with the body as well. Good. Sweep in, sweep in, sweep in, sweep in, sweep in, sweep in. And that can be sweep in and a circle. So allow it to be real free form now. So it can go from circles to sweeping, or to big, to small. Just allow your body to flow wherever it wants to flow. So big, yeah, that's big circle, medium circle, small circle, body circle. Good. Body big circle, big circle. So big circles spread energy, small circles build the energy more. Less movement, more building energy. Good. Make this really slow now. Really slow. So we're going to that tortoise speed. I don't know why I'm speaking really slowly as well. But go, the hands are really slow. And then holding the ball. Very good. And let the hands be round like this. Round. That's it. So it'd be like if you're holding a melon. Yeah. Good. And if you were going to move your palms like a millimeter, but almost like I couldn't see you move your palms towards each other, but you were going to move your palms towards each other. And now move them another millimeter towards each other, but almost like I can't see your palms moving. So it'd be like that game the kids play in the playground where you've got to move really slowly so no one can see you move till finally you've got so close to them. And just move a little bit closer, but really slowly, so slowly, like gently pressing in the edges. Good. And then closer. Good. And then closer. Good. And your focus is just gently on your palms, nowhere else, just gently on your palms. A bit closer. A bit closer. Good. And then standing upright and bring the palms over just below the belly, palm on palm. And just gently breathe in in towards this area very gently, not forcefully. Please be gentle. Just be aware of this area as you breathe in and breathe out. Just be very gently aware of this area of the dantian as you breathe in and out. Not forcing breath or energy or focus, just being gently aware of this area of the dantian as you breathe in and out. Drop the hands to the sides of the body in that wuji stance again. Just be in that wuji, uprighting and relaxing. That wuji stance. Just enjoying the stillness. And then gently think of your dantian area. Rub your palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Very good. Have a little wander around. Very good. We ran out of time already. How are you all doing? How was that, Luce? You have to unmute yourself, Paul. How you doing? Good?
Yeah, it was. Can you hear me now?
You enjoy that?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Paul was not playing fair there. He mucks around too much.
He wasn't, was he? He was playing like a monkey.
Yeah, he always does. So I'm used to it.
And there's no monkey Tai Chi. There's monkey Kung Fu, but no monkey Tai Chi.
I'm in wrong class.
You're in wrong class. You want monkey Kung Fu, okay? If you're doing monkey Kung Fu, Paul, then you can start. You can start your Kung Fu.
Like that. Yeah, that's what he needs to do.
Do plenty of that. Then we can do monkey Kung Fu for you.
Yeah,
Okay, go.
I think that'll be better. He wasn't playing right.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
So how was your gathering the cosmos and your cloud hands and then coming back to stillnessing? They fit so nicely together.
They did, yeah.
Great.
Really good.
That was a lovely session.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks.
Loved
Tim.
it.
I've not done that one with you before, Jacqueline, like that.
No, I loved it.
That's it. Paul gets lots of new stuff, you see. He gets lots of firsts.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tim.
You're welcome, my friend.
That was a lovely beginning, middle, and end. Feels very complete, that whole, all the different things we explored. Thank you so much.
No, you're really welcome. Thanks for joining us and coming along and having fun.
Yeah. So we've got Kate coming on next, going to do some doing and probably shiatsu work with us. Going to start going in about 20 minutes. And just a quick heads up. Ooh, there she is.
Hello.
Good morning,
Hello.
Good evening, good evening, good morning.
Good evening. I'm to go now, Paul, but thank you very much. That was
Well,
gorgeous.
Come back anytime today if you want to. Lots of things.
I will. I'm
Yeah.
coming back later.
Fantastic. And just a quick heads up, in a month's time, we've got a big one happening around the world in 24 hours, 19 different classes in 24 hours, about 15 different countries. So
What date?
the 2nd of August.
Okay.
And the last two classes will be Monday morning on the 4th here in New Zealand, but all New Zealand. I'll send stuff around, so yeah. Exciting. Just got someone, we got China as well. It's really good.
Yeah.
Someone from China joining in. Tim,
Paul, did you meet Chinar when you were in Malaysia? Sifu's son.
No, but I need to talk to you about that. I want someone in Malaysia as well.
Well, Chinar's in Malaysia.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna stop recording now. So Sim, thank you so much. It was really
You're
good.
welcome. I've got to head off now.